What's up, guys? Alvaro here, and welcome to the bilingual stock market channel again. On this channel, we talk about the markets, and we do it in English and Spanish as well, so you can pick your preferred language. And in this video, and as I do it Mondays through Thursdays, I want to make a quick stock market update. So I want to break down some technicals going over S&P 500 and the Nasdaq 100, and I also want to go over a handful of earnings reports that are coming out today, plus AMC Entertainment. So without further ado, let's get right into the video. And finally, guys, at last, we saw a red day all across the board when it comes to the four major indices, with the Russell 2000 going down today 0.58%, Nasdaq went down 0.60%, Dow Jones went down 0.31%, and the S&P 500 went down 0.35%. I told you guys on multiple occasions last week that we were due for a pullback. Get this, guys. The S&P 500 until yesterday went up 16 out of 18 trading sessions. That situation didn't happen since 1990. We were very overextended. Get this, guys. The Nasdaq 100 had an 11 session winning streak. So we are still a bit overextended. Now the relative strength indices of both Nasdaq 100 and the S&P 500 look a bit better, but I'm still hoping for a bit more of retracement. This morning we had the producer price index, which came out pretty much in line, reflecting an increase of 0.6% during October. And keep in mind that tomorrow we are going to have the CPI data report coming out at 8:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. What the markets are expecting is an increase month over month, somewhere between 0.2 up to 0.4%. If that happens to be the case, I think that we are going to see, let's say, higher levels in pretty much every single one of the major indices. And if we take a look at the sectors that trade inside the S&P 500, so obviously, guys, the worst performing sector today by far was consumer discretionary, basically because Tesla finally saw a decent pullback of 10%. So consumer discretionary went down a lot today, almost 2%, whereas the utilities sector was the best performing sector, going up 0.50%. You guys know that the utility sector is some sort of defensive sector. So the markets today, in the midst of a negative day, or let's say the big money of Wall Street in the midst of a negative day, went after a defensive sector such as utilities. And before going over the indices, guys, I want to show you a trade. And yes, this is my portfolio. It went down today. This is my main trading and investment portfolio, guys. It went down today $17,000. But that's fine, guys. You know why? Because during the last month, my let's say main trading and investment portfolio has gone up $36,000. So nothing can go up forever, and every single person that invests and trades in the stock market has to be ready. Let's just put it that way, from a mental and a stomach standpoint to deal with volatility. So this is nothing that I am really concerned about. But I do want to show you guys a trade, a covered call. This is, I gotta be very honest with you guys, I am a covered calls seller by definition. But today, guys, I sold a covered call on EVgo, and I closed this trade, guys, in a matter. This was unbelievable. So I sold a covered call because I have a position on EVgo as of now. I own 250 shares, and my average cost is at $17.80, so I was pretty much holding the bag. As of now, I have an unrealized loss of $793. Today we got very good news about EVgo because they are expanding its partnership with General Motors, and EVgo went up today. At some point, EVgo had gone up today pre-market something like 34%. Absolutely unbelievable. So EVgo was about to burst above my average cost as soon as the market opened today, and I thought to myself, like, you know what, I am going to sell two covered calls. This is a company that I want to, to keep my shares. So I sold the 20-buck call that expires on December 17, and I was paid $462. And right after I sold this covered call, EVGO fell off a cliff, and I ended up, guys, buying back this covered call, paying like 4 hours after that, paying $258. So I ended up making $200 selling a covered call on the same day. This never ever happened to me before, guys. So even though we had a red day in the markets, I ended up making today $200. So I cannot complain about today's trading session, despite the fact that my main trading and investment portfolio got absolutely decimated, and it went down today $17,000 because of Tesla. You guys know that I am a long-term investor in Tesla. S&P 500, finally, it went down today 0.35%, and it closed today's trading session at 4,685 points. So thanks to the fact that we saw a decent drop today, nothing crazy, guys, only 0.35%, let's say an acceptable, not even decent, guys, an acceptable drop. So the relative strength index of the S&P 500 went from 88 points down to 71 points. That's a good sign. And check this out, guys. I am going to pull up here the 1 day, 1 minute chart and take a look at the massive drop that we saw today as soon as the trading session opened. And the bulls managed to find support at 46.73. So I'm thinking, guys, and I am going to pull up here the 4-hour chart, that if tomorrow we happen to see another pullback, we can expect the same spot to provide a good support for the S&P at 4,672 points. I do believe, guys, and I just said this in the introduction of this video, that, and I am a bit bullish, I am a bit optimistic, let's just put it that way, in regard to the inflation report, in regard to the CPI data report that is coming out tomorrow at 8:30 a.m. So far, and during the last three CPI data reports that came out, I was very bearish. I was very negative. I thought that the inflation report was gonna come out way worse than expected. But on this occasion, guys, and since today we had the producer price index coming out pretty much as expected, 0.6%. I think that tomorrow we are going to have a CPI data report that is going to reflect the figures that the markets are waiting for. As I just said, somewhere between 0.2% up to 0.4%. If that were the case, I think that is going to be a reason for the markets to keep on going higher tomorrow. I could be mistaken because I don't have the crystal ball. However, let's say that tomorrow we happen to have a negative day. So the most important area of lower support that I am going to be looking at is going to be the lower pivot of today's trading session at 46.72. And if that lower pivot happens to be broken to the downside, and this is going to be even healthier for the S&P 500, what about a drop down to 46.65, which happens to be a former area of support back from November 4th, or maybe 46.22, guys. A drop down to 46.22 would be extremely healthy, guys. That would be a 2% drop. The relative strength index of the S&P 500 is going to drop down to 30 or 35 points, and after that happened, we can keep on going up higher without the S&P being in an oversold condition. So everything is going to depend pretty much on whatever the CPI data report reflects tomorrow at 8:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. And in the case of the Nasdaq 100, the relative strength index of the NDX is at 65 points. The NDX went down today 0.71%, and it closed today's trading session at 16,200 points. I am going to zoom in here on the 4-hour chart, and we pretty much found support, guys, at a previous area. We found support today at a previous area of overhead resistance back from November 3rd at 16,150 points. So that is clearly a lower pivot, an area of lower support that we need to keep a close watch on, and I wouldn't be worried at all, guys, if 16,150 points happens to be broken to the downside and the NDX pays a visit down to 16,000 points, a previous area of support back from November 3rd as well, and also an area of overhead resistance back from November 2nd. That would be very, but very healthy from a technical standpoint. And mind you guys, if both the S&P 500 and the Nasdaq 100 drop the way that I am telling you guys over here, let's say the S&P dropping down to 46.25 and the Nasdaq 100 dropping down to 16,000 points, that is going to be very healthy, and by any stretch of the imagination, that is going to represent a danger to the rally that we are seeing into the closing of 2021. And now let's go ahead and start with AMC, guys, because this is the only stock that isn't reporting earnings today that I am going to go over. And then I am going to go over NEO, Fubo TV, Plug Power, Coinbase. So let's go ahead and take a look at AMC Entertainment, which reported earnings yesterday. They reported better than expected earnings when it comes to EPS and revenue. And despite the fact that they did better than expected on earnings, AMC dropped today, fell today 11%, and it closed today's trading session at $39.93. So I am going to zoom in here on the 4-hour chart. And mind you guys, if I zoom in a bit more, we can clearly see a golden cross unfolding on the 4-hour chart. You guys can see how this 50 SMA already crossed above this 180 SMA on the 4-hour chart. This is bullish, obviously. So I'm thinking, guys, that if the bulls of AMC remain trading above these two moving averages, the apes are in control of AMC, guys. So we might see a process of consolidation slightly above $39.30 or 40 cents that might be signaling that the bulls of AMC are gathering momentum in order to make a push higher and maybe make another test of $44, which happens to be a previous area of support back from September and also June. And if the bulls, and I have been saying this here on the channel, guys, I do believe that if the bulls of AMC take on $44 on good volume and momentum, they are going to be able to fill the next gap up to $52, a previous area of support back from early June and mid-June as well. So it is critical, guys, for the bulls of AMC to remain trading above, let's say, $39.50 or $40 even. That would represent, or that might be a sign, as I just said, that the bulls or apes of AMC are gathering momentum in order to make another push higher. And now let's go ahead and take a look at Fubo TV, which should have already reported earnings. Let's see what is going on over here. They reported earnings. So Fubo went down today 1.60%, and it closed today's trading session at $33.13. So let me pull up here the 1 day, 1 minute, and what is going on over here. So yeah, Fubo has been very volatile, guys, after hours. So it went up to $35.67, then it dropped down to $28.49, and as of now, it is trading at $31.79, near the closing price of today's trading session. So let's see if TD Ameritrade helps me out with Fubo's earnings report. I don't see anything over here. So I have, let's see. No, I don't have anything. So yeah, unfortunately, guys, this happens when you guys know that I start recording my videos early as soon as the trading session closes, and earnings scheduled for November 9. Yeah, we know that. Fubo shares quit following recent article. Fubo TV adds 18 more ABC affiliates. So they are supposed to be reporting earnings, but I don't have any concrete information yet. So let's skip Fubo and let's go over, let's say, Plug Power, which is another stock that I want to go over in terms of its earnings report. And so let's see if I have the, I have the earnings report of Plug Power available, guys. Sorry, this is live reaction. I haven't prepared anything. So Plug Power went down today 0.54%, and it closed today's trading session at $40.72. And if I pull up once again the 1 day, 1 minute chart, so it is going down I was gonna say Fubo. Sorry, guys. Plug dropped down to $38, and as of now, it is trading at $39. So let's see what happened here with the earnings report of Plug Power. So EPS came in at 19 cents, missing the estimate of 9 cents. We are talking about, obviously, about a negative EPS. This is not a profitable company yet. And sales came in at $143.92 million, missing the estimate of $143.93 million. Pretty much in line, guys. So they missed on EPS by a good chunk, no doubt about it, 10 cents. However, when it comes to sales, sales pretty much came in line. Let's see if, okay, Plug Power raises full year 22 sales guidance. So they are up guidance, guys. This is very important. Listen up here. So sales for full year 2022 are expected, or let's say that Plug Power believes that sales are going to be somewhere between $900 million up to $925 million above the estimate of $811.2 million. So they are guiding up. They missed by a good chunk on EPS, and they pretty much reported sales in line with expectations. So this was a decent report, guys. I would say that this was a decent report, no doubt about it. So as of now, the bulls of Plug are holding this 50 SMA on the 4-hour chart at $38.37. So we have an important spot for tomorrow, guys, $39. $39 happens to be a former area of overhead resistance back from mid-March. So tomorrow I am going to keep a close watch on Plug, guys, because if the stock of this company starts to consolidate slightly above this 50 SMA on the 4-hour chart and slightly above $39, the previous area of overhead resistance that I just told you about, slightly above $39, that might be a sign that the bulls of Plug are gathering momentum in order to make a push higher and maybe fill the next gap up to $43. $43 is an area of overhead resistance in which the bulls of Plug failed on November 2nd. So if we were able to take a trade on Plug from $39 up to $43-ish, we're looking at a 10% profit trade, guys. And the relative strength index of Plug is at $44, very healthy from a technical standpoint. We can make the case that Plug is neither oversold nor overbacked. So Plug looks pretty well over here, and I believe that the earnings report that just came out was very decent, guys. Now let's go ahead and take a look at NEO. I don't think that NEO's earnings are gonna be ready. Let's see if maybe we have a surprise. Yeah, they are ready. And NEO is getting killed after hours. So NEO went down today. This was expectable, guys. NEO already said like a month ago that they are dealing with a bunch of inconveniences when it comes to supply chains. And 2 weeks ago, they announced that they are restructuring its manufacturing production line in China. And I guess that maybe let's see actually what happened here. But I believe that maybe the guidance came out weaker than expected because the company is dealing with disruptions in supply chains, and on top of that, they are also investing money in Norway. NEO is already selling vehicles in Norway. So, okay, I don't want to get ahead of myself. I am investing at a long term in NEO. I am a bull. I have 2 long-term positions in NEO. So let's see what actually happened over here. So NEO went down today during regular trading hours, 5.93%, and it closed today's trading session at $40.64. So let me pull up the 1 day, 1 minute. And nothing really special is going on over here, right? It is trading at $40.66. Let me see. Is the report actually out? No, it isn't out either, guys. Now, Rivian, as why NEO shares are falling. Let me see. No, this is one. No, the report isn't out either, guys. Sorry about that. So we still need to wait. I am not going to break down NEO from a technical standpoint. This was the fall that we saw throughout today's trading session because depending on whatever NEO reports, the report is going to come out later on today. That is going to affect the way that we can trade NEO tomorrow. So let me go ahead and take a look at Coinbase. And since I couldn't do Fubo and Neo. So let's go ahead and take a look at Coin and Wynn Resorts. Ooh, take a look at this drop, guys. Yeah, Coinbase report is out, no doubt about it. So Coinbase went up today 0.98%, and it closed today's trading session at $357.39. And this is a huge drop, guys. Oh boy, take a look at this. So as of now, Coinbase is trading at $310, so we are in front of a 13% drop. This is no joke, guys. So I would say that they dropped the ball. So let's see what is going over here. What is going on? Okay. EPS came in at $1.62, beating the estimate of $1.56, and sales came in at $1.24 billion, missing the estimate of $1.57 billion. Well, this was a huge miss, guys, on sales. Really huge miss. Let's see if we have anything guidance related over here. So let's see. Come on, Thinkorswim. Show me coins. Commercial guidance. No, I don't have anything here. But okay, Coinbase stock plunges from record high after revenue suffers from crypto's summer slowdown. Okay, that makes sense. So yeah, since we saw a huge crash, guys, in the crypto space throughout summer, and then yeah, pretty much. Let me see if I have. Okay, I have the news over here. Crypto trading platform reports sales well off analyst expectations. Coinbase annual forecast calls for monthly transaction users of 8 million to 8.5 million, and average annual net transaction revenue per user each month in the high $50. For the third quarter, Coinbase reported 7.4 million monthly transaction users, while analysts on average were expecting 6.85 million. This is a huge beat when it comes to monthly transaction users. Overall, trading volume was 327 billion, down from 462 billion in the previous quarter. We can expect this because of the crypto crash that occurred, or that, let's say, lasted until the beginning of the third quarter. With Bitcoin volume comprising 19% of that total, Ethereum comprising 22%, and other crypto assets taking up the other 59%. The largest percentage of volume dedicated to non-Bitcoin and Ether offerings, Coinbase has reported. So we have a lot of people taking trades on Bitcoin and ETH, guys, right? So we're talking about 19% of trades of Bitcoin related to trading, and ETH 22%, and other crypto assets 59%. So this is a decent report, guys, and they are saying like, hey guys, we missed on EPS, right? They missed on EPS mainly, no, or did they miss on EPS? I don't remember, guys. Let me see. So no, they beat on EPS, but they missed on sales, and they're saying we missed on sales mainly because of the Bitcoin crash, which pretty much lasted until the beginning of Q3. So this was a decent report, guys, and the markets aren't reacting in a positive way. And yeah, they are saying that the volume is picking up when it comes to trading and investment in Coinbase, because obviously crypto, or most of the cryptocurrencies out there, at all-time high. So what could be potentially happening tomorrow here? Guys, I think, and obviously I'm just taking a look over the surface on this earnings report, but I do believe that this is a decent earnings report. So I think that if Coinbase tomorrow pays a visit to $286, which happens to be a former area of resistance back from early September, and also back from early August, that is going to be a spot in which I might be picking up some Coinbase, guys, $286. And keep in mind that this 180 SMA is pretty much backing up this previous area of overhead resistance that was broken to the upside, and that should provide a good support if visited in an aggressive way. If we take a look at the relative strength index of Coinbase, it is at 31 points, very low. So we can make the case that if Coin happens to drop down further and pays a visit down to $286, this previous area of overhead resistance should provide a good support because the relative strength index of coin is going to be even lower than 31 points, and that is going to increase the likelihood for the bulls of coin to find support at a previous area of resistance and then bounce back up. So that's the spot in which I am going to be waiting for Coinbase tomorrow, no doubt about it, guys. $286 or $288. And now let's go ahead and take a look at Wynn Resorts, which was also reporting earnings today, and I think that they missed an earnings. So Wynn went down today 0.77%, and it closed today's trading session at $94.12. And as of now, we are holding this 180 SMA on the 4-hour chart. Let me pull out the 1 day, 1 minute. And yeah, Wynn is very volatile after hours. It is trading pretty much at the same price that it closed today's trading session at $93.94, $94 for that matter. So live news tab. What happened here in the case of Wynn Resorts? Let's see. Okay, let's see. It would be nice, guys, if they say something about the renewal of their commercial license to keep on operating in Macau, in China. So let's see, Las Vegas. Okay, cash and cash equivalents comprise. Where's the EPS? Okay, here it is. So Q3 EPS came in at $1.24, beating the estimate negative EPS. Guys, remember that this is a survival of the COVID-19 crash and the COVID-19 situation with the world being shut down and stuff. So the estimate on EPS was negative $1.31, and Wynn reports negative $1.24, beating the estimate. Sales came in at $994 million, beating the estimate of $994 million. This was a beat all across the board. And do we have anything guidance related over here? Let's see. Okay, ended September companies to become CEO. So the CEO, Matt Maddox, is going to leave the company on January 31st. And Craig Billings is going to become the new CEO of the company. Okay. Wynn Resorts, while there have been some fits and starts along the road to recovery in Macau, confident Macau will benefit from the return of consumer demand as we progress through 2022. So they are confident about Macau, but obviously they don't say a word when it comes to the renewal of the commercial concession to keep on operating in Macau. So a nice earnings report, guys, in the case of Wynn, and the stock isn't reacting in a very positive way. So I am going to zoom in here. And the 4-hour chart in $88 is a very important spot for Wynn Resorts. This is an area, a level that is being backed up by this 180 SMA and the 4-hour chart. And we are also talking about a former area of support back from October 25th. So any visit, guys, and now that we know that Wynn reported solid earnings, any visit tomorrow, any potential visit, let's say that the markets keep on dropping tomorrow and so forth. So any visit of Wynn down to $88 is going to be a buy, no doubt about it. I would be even tempted to sell put options at $88. Selling puts of Wynn Resorts is a very profitable way of making money out of the stock of this company. So it is pulling up as of now after hours. Obviously, they reported a nice earnings report. So the next important area of overhead resistance for Wynn, guys, is going to be $98. A previous area of resistance in which the stock of this company felt back in early November and also back in early August. So I'm thinking, guys, that if tomorrow Wynn happens to trade on good volume and momentum, don't be surprised if the bulls of Wynn start to gather momentum slightly above $94. And take a look, guys, at how $94 has acted as a very strong resistance, or acted rather as a very strong resistance for Wynn since mid-October until early November. So we are talking about a former area of overhead resistance that now should act as a new support. So, and as I was saying, if the bulls can gather momentum slightly above $94, they could make a push higher in order to fill this next gap up to $99. So if we pick up shares of Wynn at $94.50, $94.30, and if we write them up to $99, we are looking at a 5% profit trade. So no doubt about it, guys, Wynn Research is going to be on the very top of my personal watch list in tomorrow's trading session, either consolidating slightly above $94 and filling this gap up to $99, or even better, paying a visit to this 180 SMA on the 4-hour chart at $88, in which case I am going to be selling puts of Wynn Research. And with Wynn Research, I am not going to go over football, guys. The video is already too long. So with Wynn Research, I am going to wrap up the video. Thank you very much for your attention, and thank you very much for hanging out with me once again. Remember and keep in mind that here on the Bilingual Stock Market channel, we are posting stock market update videos Mondays through Thursdays, 3 or 4 hours after the market closes. So if you want to get all of the notifications of all of our videos in a timely manner, you have to be subscribed to this YouTube channel, but you also need to activate the notification bell right up there. Follow us on Instagram as well, guys, at Bilingual Stock Market. And remember that this is the Bilingual Stock Market channel, the YouTube channel in which we talk about the markets, but we do it in English and Spanish as well, so you can pick your preferred language. But most importantly, this is the YouTube channel in which we know that the wonderful world of Wall Street is not for geniuses, it is for entrepreneurs just like you guys and myself. My name is Alvaro, and I will see you guys tomorrow once again, 3 or 4 hours after the market closes. Peace out.